Good afternoon, you're watching your lunchtime news here on TV1 with me, Deshan Gonawala. Of course, we've got the very latest from here at home and around the world lined up for you today. But before we take a deeper look at these stories and in more detail, let's first have a look at the headlines. UNP MP Chaminda Vijayasiri, who allegedly assaulted a police officer, arrives at court. Report regarding the elevators in Parliament to be submitted to the Speaker. An agreement to provide concessions to estate workers through the budget. Sought after criminal El Chapo sentenced to jail time in New York. Now, in one of your lead stories this afternoon, a quality assessment report on elevators in Parliament is due to be handed over to the Speaker today. The report is to be compiled by the company providing the elevators. The Sergeant-at-Arms of the Parliament, Narendra Fernando, stated that the officials of a company concerned have been carrying out an evaluation over a number of days. There are 10 elevators in the Parliament at present. 2 of the 10 have been set aside for parliamentarians. Questions regarding these elevators rose recently when 12 MPs were stuck in an elevator in the Parliament. As a result, the Speaker called on a report from the service providers regarding the state of the elevators at present. Meanwhile, as a precaution, the elevators set aside for MPs will now only carry 6 MPs at a time, while a lift operator is also set to be put in place. Now, in more lead news now, the Tamil Progressive Alliance revealed that a policy agreement has been reached through a new budget proposal to pay an additional amount adjuncted to the daily wage of estate workers. The leader of the alliance, Minister Mano Ganeshan, further stated that this decision was taken after a discussion with the respective subject minister. According to the collective agreement signed recently, the wage of estate workers were increased from Rs 500 to Rs 750. However, the Tamil Progressive Alliance points out that as benefits that were offered to workers have been added to the basic wage, the increase in real terms is only Rs 50. The alliance repeatedly stated that they are opposed to the deal as it deceives the estate workers. They stated that the productivity bonus of Rs 140 has been removed from the agreement and that the members of the alliance will quit the government if the said demands are not met. As a result of these differences in opinion, a meeting between Subject Minister Navin Disanayaka, Minister of Labour and Trade Union Relations Ravindra Samaravira and the members of the alliance took place over the last few days. But there was no agreement reached again here either. A meeting was once again held among the same group of political representatives yesterday. The Tamil Progressive Alliance stated that following discussions, it was agreed that estate workers will be given relief through the budget. And in your political news this afternoon, former United National Party organizer Royce Fernando convened a press conference and expressed his views regarding the appointment of a new organizer for the Negombo electorate. There is no reason not to. At the last major meeting, he patted me on the back and asked me to win comfortably next time. This village is asking for one of our own. You can't work without realizing this. The party is to blame. I mean the leadership. Everyone, including the PM. If you want us to scold the leader, we will do so. If Sirasa want us to do that. We didn't have this press conference to berate anybody. We are expressing our pure feelings. We are truly opposed to this unethical act. The party must answer the phone to inform. The General Secretary informed us. The party doesn't care and neither does the General Secretary. When MP Kavinda demanded this electorate, what did he say? He said that Royce is a thief. But yesterday he tells the media that the organizer is a talented man and that he will work together with me. From thief to skilled organizer, we kept our mouths shut because we are both from the same party. I could have retaliated like Sarath Fonseca, but I kept my mouth shut. I took a step back and let him say whatever. I have gone from Saradiyal to a golden boy. Now, UNP MP and Minister of Transport and Civil Aviation Arjuna Ranatunga attended an event in the Veyangoda area last evening. The sports meet of the Veyangoda President's College was held yesterday under the auspices of Minister Arjuna Ranatunga. He then expressed these views to the media. "We are now trying to develop and renew the buses. We are trying to change the current situation. We are trying to bring in trains and introduce a new system where we have separate carriages for the women, the way it was back when we were young. We are trying new things such as this." Now in more news, 2 suspects were arrested in Halmilakkulama in Nochiagama when transporting a stock of cannabis.
The police had carried out the raid on a vehicle based on a tip-off. A total quantity of 5.24 kilograms of cannabis has been confiscated. The police added that both suspects are state workers. One of the suspects serves as a sub-inspector of the police special task force attached to the Rajagiriya police. The suspects have been presented to the Tambuttegama Magistrates Court.
Now in some tragic news, a multi-story building in Mannar which functioned as a business complex caught fire last evening.
Our reporters state that the fire broke out at around 9 p.m. last night. The Vaunia Fire Department arrived at the scene shortly after based on information received from locals. According to area residents, the fire department was able to contain the flames after a great deal of effort. No one was injured as a result of the incident. The damages caused by the fire have not been ascertained as yet. The police suspect that an electric malfunction led to the fire.
And in an update of one of your headline-making stories this afternoon, UNP MP Chaminda Vijayasiri, who is charged for assaulting a police officer, arrived at the Bandarawala Magistrates Court earlier today. Stay tuned for more on this on our Primetime News Bulletin coming at 9 p.m. here on TV1 and also our Primetime Bulletin at 7 p.m. on our sister channel Sirasa TV. Now moving on, an elephant that had been left behind its herd was discovered in Batu Oya in Mineria by the wildlife officials connected to the Mineria National Park.
Wildlife officials have received complaints of this elephant roaming in the area by local residents, following which wildlife officials launched their mission. While the elephant who was discovered last morning has been subjected to a health check by the Giritale Veterinary Office. According to medical reports, the elephant's calf is healthy. The 3.5-foot elephant calf is believed to be 3 months old. Veterinary surgeon in charge of the Polonnaruwa and Trincomalee areas, Dr. Samiru Kalingwarachi, stated that the elephant had been released following basic treatment.
Now in some weather-related news, the Met Department states that wind speeds through and around the island may increase over time.
The Met Department states that winds from Mannar to Colombo travelling through to Balapitiya and Matara to Batikolo through Hambantota could rise to 70 km per hour. Wind speeds in other areas are expected to increase to 60 km per hour. The Met Department requests the general public to be wary of the threats that could arise due to strong winds.
We'll be right back with more news after this short commercial break.
Will the people involved in the bond scam ever be punished?
Well, that's a wrap of your lunchtime news this afternoon, but you can of course stay updated on the very latest on our Live at 55 bulletin starting next hour. In the meantime, you can also check out our award-winning website www.newsfirst.lk. I've been Deshan Gonawala for the News First team, wishing you a good day.